Alright, shalom, shalom. Let me test the audio on this real quick before we start off. Okay. Alright, shalom. So, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakah Kodash, the bonus Torah apostles and elders of James Great Millstone, who teach and rule well through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi. Peace, love, and salutations to the Akim in the four corners of this earth, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. To speckled word Akim and Akwat out there who are tuned in, listening, and learning with hopes of being delivered by Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi. To you I say Shalom. This is Nahal from the GMS Kingston, Jamaica camp, right? And again, I'll be touching on this topic right here. And I mean, I did a disclaimer letting you people know that for one, we are not associated with Mr. I can't even recall his name. I think it was Christian or something like that. Something Smith. I mean, from the this place in St. James, the King International, the Parkway International Kingdom Restoration of Montego Bay, right? That weren't affiliated or associated, and that also we condemn what the actions that were being that are allegedly put against him and what was done. I mean, but ultimately, I mean, I wanted to go into the fact that situations like these, I mean, are what builds up to the persecution of the saints, our persecution, because small incidents like these, even though it may not have a catalytic event if immediately, right, it builds up, I mean, gradualism, and soon and very soon you will have basically the mass coming down upon us, basically accusing of us of all sort of things, especially things like these, because we the Hebrew Israelites, we have been, brothers and sisters, we have been deemed as a cult, I mean, a cult movement, and all sort of things, I mean, our family have said things about us, people on the street have said things that they don't even know about us, I mean. So when situations like these arise, it only builds towards the persecution. And as you can see, the title, the persecution, the arm of Yahweh Bashmi Yahawashi, and stability. So this is just to as much as possible, Lord's willing, to build up brothers and sisters who are within this ministry in regards to faith and also confidence in Yahweh Bashmi Yahawashi, to not waver. I mean, and this, I hope this serves as a motivation to even go harder, push and strive for the truth until death, so that we can receive the crown of life for the sisters as well, salvation. I mean, because situations like these, when the persecution comes, Jacob's trouble, when Scripture tells us that judgment will begin at the house of Yahweh Shai, many will fold. So I hope that this video will serve as a means of stability, right, through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Shai, of course, right. And another reason why I'm gonna even use this as well, because this man, before he did what he was doing, he was trying to associate or affiliate himself with the Israelites. So he used the term Israelite, calling 144 members to the church. So a lot of persons a, are are basically speculating that, look, the Hebrew Israelites are a part of this, or this is somewhat similar. I mean, even brothers have been given have gotten voice notes about, if basically, well, not directly, but brothers of persons who are affiliated with brothers, members, brothers of the ministry, have gotten voice notes, and I mean, asking if they are affiliated, with this whole entire charade, so hey, we see what it's coming down to. But nonetheless, we were anticipating it. We have been anticipating and waiting for it. We have, I mean, made our talk and also given our word that we will stand stiffly even in situations like these. So it's just coming to that point. And Kalala Yahawah Shemi Yahawashi for that, because we know that our salvation is nigh. This is Revelation 13 and Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Right? So now is it no we know that our salvation is nearer than when we believe, especially when situations like these present themselves, right? We know that, look, we are going to be redeemed, right? And also the sufferation, it's going to end real soon. So what may, right, we rejoice. Come what may, we look for, right, the coming of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and salvation, right? We rejoice, you know what I mean? So it says it is high time to awake out of sleep. I mean, it's high time for us to, We put off whatever worldly desires we may have and strengthen ourselves in the spirit of Yahweh Bashmir Shai, even so much so the more, especially in situations like these, because as I was saying, a lot will fold. You will have a lot of brothers and even sisters, in this ministry that will fall because of, for one, the persecution, and also the hour of temptation that will come as well, you know. So now it is time for us to gird our loins, and basically build up ourselves in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yeshai, so that we may stand, in the times to come. Right? There's a scripture that says, "Doing all to stand." Doing. Let me get that real quick. That's doing all to stand. JV. Well, I have it. So Ephesians 6, right? And I have Ephesians 6 right here, which we'll go into it, yo. We'll go into it. So this is First Peter 5 and 8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, right? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." And these are times to be vigilant in, because you've been we've even had cases of, basically abduction of children, and situations where, basically violence is on a high rate right now. People are looking for people to slaughter, literally. So now is the time to be vigilant and sober, to sober up, um be more in the truth, be more into what's happening, seeing what's going on around the world, so that you may know what time you're in, so be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, Esau, Edom, and even the spiritual demon Satan, and Esau and his henchmen, these politicians and world leaders, right? Hey, we ought to look out for them and the schemes that they're plotting, because you know they basically they want to get rid of the truth, and they can use situations like these to do just that, to target us. They have a saying that says, "Never let a good crisis go to waste." This is a crisis, How are they? How their mindset is, how can we use this crisis now to further our agenda? Well, we can use this to attack, the Hebrew Israelites, by using terms like cults popping up around the country and this and that. When you hear them speak, right, you can see that they have an agenda, and they are targeting of a specific set of people, right? That's the scripture saying, that's basically us being what, vigilant and sober, because we know that our adversaries, right, they're walking about as a roaring lion, seeking whom to devour, right? And that's just going into the persecution, which will come. This is Second Ezra 16 and 68. "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection and uprising, right, upon those that fear Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai." So ultimately, all Israel, there will be an insurrection on all Israel, but mainly, there will be a persecution of the saints, of the elect, who believe and fear Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai in this time. "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai," right? For they for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire, And so then shall it be known who, right, who are truly for Yahweh Shai. Because a lot will, even in a situation like this, a man might say, "Oh, this pastor is being persecuted because he is of Yahweh Shai." Hey, not at all, Right? Scripture tells us not to be what evil spoken of our busybody, And what he was doing was total evil, We haven't done anything evil for these people to persecute us, right? We will be persecuted for the name's sake of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, right? And that's the difference between the men of the Lord and the wicked men like these, So when it says, "Then shall it be known who are my chosen," right? It's talking about, then shall it be known who are standing stiff for the names of Yahweh Shai, who are actually righteous, who actually fear Yahweh Shai, right? Because these are the men and women that will be persecuted for the name's sake of Yahweh Shai. This is John 6, and this will just solidify the point. This is John 16, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, "And these things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. they shall put you out of the synagogues, yea, the time cometh, and whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God service. You know what I mean? So they are going to persecute you thinking that they're going good, because easily a narrative like this can be spun upon us, you know what I mean, to demonize us, discredit us, and have people come down upon us, right? Thinking that what they're doing is it is good. You know what I mean? When indeed and in fact it isn't, right? And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me. And this is the same thing that's happening, right? This is the same thing that will happen, because in a situation like these, you have people who are speculating that these men are, this pastor and his congregation are affiliated with the Hebrew Israelites, but they don't know, and it's the same situation that situations like these will arise where a person won't know why they're doing what they're doing in terms of persecuting us, but they'll do it, You know what I mean? They won't know. They'll hear, I mean, what we teach and what we basically bring out from the scripture, but because they don't know Yahawah Shai or the scripture, they're gonna persecute for it, right? But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them, and that these things I said unto you at the beginning, because I was with you, right? So we have been told, it's just a matter of us, preparing ourselves for such. This is Psalms 31 and the 11. It says, "As I was reproached among all my enemies," right? I was a reproach among all my enemies, but especially among my neighbors, and a fear to mine acquaintance. They they that did see me without fled from me. I am forgotten as a dead man out of mind. I am like a broken vessel. For I have heard the slander of many, right? And we will be slandered, we will be demonized. For fear, right, was on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life, right? And that will happen, counsel will be taken, I mean, um decisions will be made to take our lives, I mean, and the persecution will come. But I trusted in thee, O Lord, how Shai. I said, thou art my God, and that's where our stability comes from, right? That is where stability will come from in time to come. Yahawah Shai, the fear of Yahawah Shai. Isaiah 33 and 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Shai is his treasure, So the fear of Yahweh Shai will keep us stabilized in the time to come, what I mean, and keep us grounded, keep us from fear, right? This is Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahawashi Shai, in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahawashi Shai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And ultimately, that's who we are fighting against, because even though the mass will come upon us, which is flesh and blood, right? They are being manipulated to do that by who? The rulers of this world, Esau, Edom, and his henchmen, these politicians, So don't be surprised to say if you see it face pop up on on the media talking about persons who are in this truth on the media, being demonized for some fake ass shit that you never commit. Don't be surprised, because these men control the narrative, Ultimately, Jehovah Shemir Shai, but on a lower level, these men control the narrative. It says, so basically saying what, put on the whole arm of Yahweh Shemir Shai. What I mean? So that what we may stand against what the methods, right, of the devil. When you go into the word walls, right, real quick, it means it says methodos, methodia, which means methods, So standing against what the methods of the devil, right? And I won't. You can read into it going all the way down to sorry, verse 18. Right, it's a good read. Right, but just to keep it time sensitive here, this is Second Ezra 16 and verse 74. I mean, and this is just this the stability that we look for, So the persecution will come, but this is the stability that will keep us. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. And it is at hand, right? The tension is building, right? The assumptions, the demonization, it is building against us. Esau is building his case against us. These his henchmen, these politicians, they're building their case against us. So it will come. It says, "Oh, hear you, my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." That's where our hope lies, the deliverance from or by Yahawah Shai. That's why, as it says, what? Be ye not afraid. That's why we're not afraid. That's when we're not supposed to be afraid, right? Neither what? Doubt, right? For Yahawah Shai is your guide. And there's a scripture in, I think it's Ecclesiasticus 2 and 14, where it says, um, don't doubt, because if you don't, you will not be defended. So, hey, our defense is the God of the Bible, yo, the creator of heaven and earth and of all things. So, hey, we're not to be afraid or even doubt, yo, that we will be delivered and protected. There are martyrs, yo, but dying for the namesake of Yahweh Shai, it's a glorious death, yo, right? Best way to go out, even if it's painful, it's the best way to go out, right? It says, and the guide of them what keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh. So just focus on that, yo. Focus on walking righteously as possible. Focus on doing the works of Yahweh Shai. Focus on standing stiffly for the name's sake of Yahweh Shai. And leave everything else to the Lord, yo. Let not your what sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. All right, so this is Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. Sorry, yeah, 4, verse 28. It says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." Yo, you know what I mean. And Psalms 91, Psalms 91 is a good, it's a good chapter that you can read. You know what I mean, for let's say your confidence, to build confidence and hope in Yahweh Shai. You know what I mean. Yeah, it's a beautiful chapter. Trust me, right? But I'll end it with this. Yo, strive for the truth unto death, and Yahweh Shai will fight for thee. Yo, so let's just focus on the truth, focus on what needs to be done, the works of Yahweh Shai, the bringing forth of the gospel, the good news, the basically standing stiffly for the namesake of Yahweh Shai, yo, right? That's us standing for truth, yo, onto what death. So if it's gonna come down to a death, yo, so be it, yo. But Yahweh Shai, what will fight for us, yo? Because scripture tells us about the Lord lifting up a standard, yo, Isaiah 59 and 19. You know what I mean? So hey, we will be defended, you know what I mean? So yo, let's just have hope and also confidence in Yahweh Bashim Shai, yo. So with that, I hope this was edifying. I'm gonna close out giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakah Kodash, again double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone who teach and rule well through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Basham Shai. Peace, love, and salutations to the elect of Israel. Oh, well, Slakia, Slakia. On the comment board in his likeness, Yasharala, Shalom, Shalom. The brother left a few precepts, Lamentation 2 and 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away the captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. You know what I mean? And these are what will come upon us, falls what burdens upon us as well, you know what I mean, and as well as these pastors, you know what I mean, as scripture says that prophets have seen what vain and foolish things, because this man was talking about the ark is leaving and all sorts of madness, it was calling 144 people to come on board, and it's a whole lot of madness, but as scripture says, that prophets have seen vain and foolish things for you people, right? Ezekiel 28 and 3, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. So Esau, as scripture says, they're a cunning hunter. You know what I mean? They're smart, they're cunning, they never let a crisis go to waste. They know how to manipulate the agenda, the narrative. Situations like these occur, you know what I mean? They can easily twist it to suit their purpose, and one of their main purpose is to get us off the scene, to stop this word. But as the scripture says, you can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth, right? And also Ezekiel 23 and 4, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and hast gotten gold and silver onto thy treasures. And Habakkuk 2 and 5 matches that, because they cannot be satisfied, right? And they're wise, they have the wisdom, they have the knowledge, which is given to them by Yahweh Shai, you know what I mean? And they are using it. But at the end, Yahweh Shai will have his way, Yahweh Shai's narrative will play out. Job 14 and 5 tells us, that Yahweh Shai had set his bones that he cannot pass, right? Hey, so shalom again to the brother on the comment board in his likeness, Yasharallah, right? And hey, I hope this was lit. Sorry, I hope this lesson was edifying. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Shai, Rakah Kodash. Hey, shalom to the elect, shalom.